What would you do if you got into an argument with your significant other? Would you A, go and speak to them afterwards? B, take some time away from them, give them some space, and then once everything is cooled down, you come back and speak? Or C, depending on how severe the argument is, how revealing, how embarrassing it is, you leave them? Well, some people choose D, the option where you get down on your knees and eat a dick. This woman, for example, chose option D when, after an argument with her boyfriend, she went and called up someone else and she got on her knees and devoured his eggplant with maximum proficiency to such a degree that she sent such an aftermath to her current boyfriend.
No, I'm not gonna tweet, bro. What was it?
So, last night, cause you had made me mad type shit, so
So,
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 last night, I was being grown.
what you mean?
I did something.
What you do? What you do? What you do? What you do?
I gave him some head.
And what happened after?
Nothing. I went home.
Yo, I can't trust these bitches, bro. What the fuck?
And she tried to call him back. No, if I was in that situation, I would have the most proportionate response. However, the right response would be to walk away. And considering his breathing, it seemed like, oh, good luck to her. But what I've noticed now is there's this very strange need to get back at people in the strangest and often most self-destructive way possible. You see, if a girl walked out on a guy, and I've seen this, I think, in the UK, and she goes ahead and, as my Jamaican would say, gives him bun, he would take that opportunity to go and bun her. Now, the problem that is present when you go and have copious amounts of sex unrestricted with multiple people is you're diminishing the value of your soul, because you're swapping fluids, bodies, and spirits and souls with all of these random women who are also doing the very same thing that you're doing. On either side, it is wrong. And it seems to me that this guy, unfortunately, was on the losing end of that, because that girl, instead of simply taking time to reevaluate the situation, to come back, say, okay, was I wrong, was he wrong, let's speak about it, instead of doing something of that nature, she went, called up somebody, got on her knees, and proceeded to go to town, and then sent him out of spite the evidence of her doing such an action. I'm not even gonna lie to you, that's quite foul, honestly. There's no other words to describe it. And like I said, I would have the proportionate response. But again, the right response would have been to simply speak about it or walk away. So seeing this happen to any young guy, it is quite sad. It is quite terrifying. Goodness gracious, it is quite terrifying. Because imagine if you have someone that you genuinely trust and you have this drawing towards this person and you say, okay, you and I, we're going to be a thing, we're going to have problems, but you know what, it's fine, we'll work through it. Planning your life with this person. And after a very small argument, suddenly 3, 5, maybe even 10 years is destroyed after 3 seconds of a rash decision.
I gave him some head.
And what happened after?
Nothing. I went home.
Unfortunately, we're all not safe. Now, many people say that, well, what's the right solution? The right solution, obviously, is to leave. My proportionate response, not so much. But many people also say, never marry, never do this, never do that. Now, this is what I say. Change the environment that you're around. You know somebody like that, she's always going to be there. Her type is always going to be there. The problem is when you debase yourself to that same standard. After a lack of trust is received, obviously it's going to be hard to gain back that trust. Worse, to trust somebody else. Now, if you see some similarities, don't go with your walls up and do the exact same thing that person did to hurt you. Instead, what do? You speak about it. You say, I'm not appreciative of it. so on and so forth. And if that same result happens with you again, walk away. Find someone else. Go to another environment. People say the grass is greener on the other side. I say that there are different types of grass and sometimes they taste the same, but many times you're going to find the best pastures. So, with that being said, this woman, obviously crazy. This guy, very unfortunate that it happened to you. However, you live and you learn. With that being said, take care.
Shot the nigga. Bow. Shot his ass. Bow, 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 bow. I'm like, damn. Shot his ass. Bow. He screaming and shit. Ah. Shot his ass again.